get it, but I got it.
It's Week 15 of the National Football League, and we'll see the Buccaneers' versatile linebacker. He's now sitting at 67 tackles after last week. It's the Buccaneers and the Lions, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
It is time for football as we welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The final 4 weeks of the NFL regular season is upon us. Welcome to the home stretch. Welcome to the booth. Mike Tirico with Greg Olson. Partner, it's Week 15. Just feels like a horse race. We're at the top of the stretch. Now it's the sprint for home.
And up until this point, Mike, every team's goal is, can we be in the conversation for the playoffs in this final 4-week stretch? Where here we are. And if you've done that, well, man, there is nothing more exciting than playing NFL football at the end of the regular season when you're in playoff contention. But for those who aren't, this is where you have an opportunity as a player to extend your career, get invited back to training camp next season. A lot of teams' years are made at the end of the year, and a lot of individual players' careers are made down the stretch here in these final couple weeks.
The kicker, Chase McLaughlin, will get this one started. And off we go from Tampa. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So that Detroit offense taking the field for the first time. Number 1 overall pick in 2016 leads him out, Greg. It's quarterback Jared Goff.
It's not often that you can win by multiple scores in the NFL, so you got to imagine they're coming into this week's game with a lot of confidence. They were able to put together a pretty well-rounded performance in all 3 phases last week. So, again, can they build off that? Can they continue to grow as an entire team? Because offense, defense, and solid contribution from their special teams, they showed last week, and going forward, this is going to be a hard team to beat.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Once again, it's Gibbs. And he'll get this close to the first down. It's a pickup of 4, but it still leaves 3rd and short. They'll run with the 2nd-round pick in the April draft. They get 15 on that game. First down, Detroit.
Each week coming into the game, every team in the league, Mike, places a huge emphasis on success on their opening drive. But the key to that is sustaining possession, converting on 3rd down. It's exactly what they were able to do here, keeping the ball on the ground.
Goff gives it to Gibbs. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. On 2nd down, Goff. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tried
under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
Well, Mike, the other day we heard how the offensive coordinator wanted to start fast offensively, but here so far, it's been the pass rush and the defense who's gotten out to the quick start.
So, on 4th down, the Lions send out Jack Fox to punt. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. So the Tampa Bay offense set to work for the first time in this one. And they're led by the #1 overall pick back in 2018. Greg, it is Baker Mayfield at quarterback.
Last week, when you go back and watch and study this tape, Mike, the problem is at the quarterback position, you need to be a difference maker. Last week, they were trying to overcome his poor performance, and you're just not going to be able to do that week in and week out at this level. Your quarterback has to be a driving force. He has to be a productive player within your system, and when you turn the ball over the way he did last week and not really lead to any points or any real sustained success on offense, that is a hard combination if you expect to win. So they're going to need more production. They're going to need...
The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
We've seen a little bit of a transformation across the defensive tackle position. And what I mean, Mike, is years ago, they were on the interior of the line to stuff the run. They were big bodies taking up space. Now, not only do you have to defend the run, you have to be able to win one-on-one matchups and get to the quarterback. This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
This will be returned from the other side of midfield. And it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50 and set up the offense with a short field. The Lions offense, Jahmyr Gibbs, set to get back on the field. And we show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. As you can see, he's right up there among the best in the league. He gets this into the hands of Green. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. That's into traffic, but taken in. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
On 1st and 10, here's Goff. Quick throw, taken in. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. A 2nd down throw for Goff. That's hauled in at the 2. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal. Here's Gibbs, and he will power his way into the end zone. Jahmyr Gibbs, touchdown Lions. That touchdown, number 11 on the year.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Here comes a return from the 5. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Buccaneers offense ready to go as we give you a look at the current playoff race. And there is still a lot to play for. Every game is critical. Teams fighting to claim one of the 7 playoff spots that are up for grabs. They'll start this on the ground with Warren. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Man in motion, heading left. A second down throw for Mayfield. Quick throw here is complete. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and third down coming up. They'll try and run it here with Warren.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. A 2-yard gain. It's fourth down.
Here's J.K. Scott now. And he's on to punt for the second time in this opening quarter. That is fielded at the 20. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Now the return man is a bit slow getting up after that kick. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. And that one is closed down in the backfield. What a defensive play. Knifing in, dropping him for the loss.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on...
Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Goff. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
A fair catch called for and taken out beyond the 45-yard line. The Bucs offense ready to take over once again. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. From the gun, it's Mayfield. This one complete right side. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. They'll come up here 1st and 10. They run with Warren. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Here comes Otten in motion. Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. A short one there to Otten. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
That's good for a 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
On play action, Mayfield. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. They send Godwin in motion. On 2nd down, Baker. The pressure gets there, and he goes down. A sack that should be the final play of this 1st quarter. So they'll talk over what to do on this third down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. It's the Lions who have the early lead. We'll have more from Tampa after this. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Here's Mayfield. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. Chris Godwin, the receiver he was looking for, and it'll lead to a 2nd and goal. Throwing is Mayfield. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
You can feel them starting to press a little bit, especially with this passing game. They find themselves so close to the end zone, they got to get it over the goal line. You got to be a little bit more accurate. You got to be a little bit smarter with the...
And he's into the end zone. Baker Mayfield. Touchdown, Buccaneers. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
McLaughlin, good on the extra point. And the Buccaneers will level things out at 7 apiece. We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. So Jared Goff and the Lions offense getting set for this next drive. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. Spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Goff to throw on 1st down. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. The tight end, Sam Laporta, the intended receiver. And that will lead to a 2nd down. Goff. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
At this level, you just would expect a little bit better execution and accuracy on those intermediate throws. I think he had an opportunity there for a nice pickup. Off target.
And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
Here's Jack Fox now as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. Here comes a return. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Bucs offense ready to see what they can do. Have a short field ahead as they look to break our tie. It is 1st and 10. Sending a receiver right. On 1st and 10, here's Baker. That one knocked away and incomplete. Carlton Davis there defensively to break that one up. Throwing is Baker. Open man downfield, that's Godwin. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they take it to the 20-yard line with that one. A gain there of 27 yards.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
Not much there. Maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Once again, it's Warren. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
To throw is Mayfield. He pulls it in around the 5. And the Bucs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Baker to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Mayfield. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
The Buccaneers field goal. A 36-yard attempt.
McLaughlin's kick is good. And the Bucs will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. Jahmyr Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. He gets this into the hands of Green. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. Now, Goff gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Here's Goff. Looking middle of the field. It's complete. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. Goff to throw. He's got his tight end. That's Laporta. And he's going to have the 1st down taken down after a short pickup of 5. But it will keep the drive going.
1st down, Lions.
Throwing here is Goff. Quick throw, taken in. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. 2nd down and 3. Here's a give to Gibbs on the zone read. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. Now a 3rd and 2. To throw is Goff. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it. On the handoff, this is Gibbs. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. Now a give up the middle, and he's going to struggle to get back to the line, maybe a yard. The big defensive lineman, Vita Vea, on the stop. 2 minutes to play in the first half of a 3-point game. Greg and I back from Tampa after a timeout. From the gun, it's Goff. Now a deep ball toward the end zone.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6? And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
So the field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. Now return coming from the 7. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They send Godwin in motion. On 1st down is Mayfield. Gets this one into the hands of his receiver, Godwin. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff going to get a chance to look him over during the break. On 3rd down, they go with Warren. And he'll take this forward to the 26. The Lions called their first timeout as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Now Goff. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the defensive plan that this coaching staff has come up with coming into today's game. Every time it seems like the offense makes an adjustment, the defense counterpunches. Different looks, different fronts, different pressure packages. They've had all the answers so far, and the sacks just keep piling up.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here's Goff. Quick throw here is complete. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. One final throw before the break. Open man, right